Hello, everyone. I'm back. It is Reality with Krista Marie, and this is the Vanderpump recap from last week that I didn't do. Sorry, I have to wear my glasses because we know that I'm blind and it's hard for me to see. Even though there's a glare, I can't figure out how to get it off. So bear with me for now. I did not post this live, so I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get the notifications and get in. But in the meantime, if you guys have not had, what am I trying to say? If you haven't subscribed, get subscribed, please. Hit the notification bell. Also, like, share, comment, all that. Please join the live chat. Also, like I said, share it. I'm live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, as usual. And I see somebody's here. Don't know who. Let me get to the comments real quick. But thanks, guys, for showing up. I'm going to do the Vanderpump recap. Like I said, of last week's episode. And I haven't checked social media. So, fire me now. So I have no idea what kind of Scandoval has gone on over the weekend. Also, I apologize. I've been listening to my lives back, and I hear my bracelets chattering the whole time. But I refuse to not wear them. So, hopefully, I have a headset coming in that's a noise-canceling one that is not even noticeable for me wearing it. I'll have to do that because, I always wear it. They're my bracelets. They're special. So, my palladium ones. I always wear them. So, I apologize for that. So, I don't know if anybody's going to show up, but hopefully soon. But, so I'm going to get started anyway. But again, this is Vanderpump of last week. And, like I said, don't know if much has happened over the weekend with Scandoval and all. But I will check social media when I'm done doing the recap. And if anybody comes into the comments, please let me know what's going on. Please, I'm not sure everybody can hear me, actually. Let me check audio real quick, guys. Yeah, I know. I should have did it before. I forgot. Sorry. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay. We got to know the camera works. Oh, yeah. Mic is working. Yes. Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. Let's get into the Vanderpump recap. And hopefully some people will show up in the meantime. And like I said, I will be in the I'll check the chat in a little bit. And this is Replay Crew. Let me know your thoughts on all things Vanderpump. Okay, let's get into it. Let me try real quick. And of course, thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Erin, for Erin obviously for just being my friend and sharing all my lives. And Gabby for doing my notes because you're amazing. And would not be able to do it without you. You do my notes for every live. And I love you for it. So, first, we see, oh God, this guy, first of all, episode was so cringe, guys. So cringe. All of the things, all of the confessionals, everything. Crazy. Anyway, so James and Allie, I was shocked that Allie was the first person that we see bring it up about the Scandoval thing. And it seems to me like when she says to James, she likes Schwartz and she doesn't see him with, she does not see her with, Schwartz, Raquel with Schwartz, Jesus Christ. It's like, it seems like James kind of knows something about the Scandoval thing. Because when Allie says, I didn't mean to say this, but I said it over at Lala's, and, with Lala's last night, to have about seeing Sandoval and Raquel dancing really close at 1 a.m. at the Abbey. And the way James reacted to it was kind of like, I would think nothing, I don't think anything of it, blah, 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 kind of like brush off. I have a feeling that either he thinks that there's some kind of I don't know, maybe a threesome thing going on. I don't know, an open relationship. I don't know what he thinks, but he knows something. And I'm not too sure. Or he's just completely shutting it down because it's bothersome to him, when it should be bothersome to him. I don't think people, they're saying, oh, James is obsessed with Raquel, is talking about Raquel. You guys can don't forget, she's the one who broke up with him. So, yes, it seems like he got a quick relationship with Allie, but I feel like James is very codependent. And he might be in love with Allie now, but he probably fell in love with Allie right because he was so hurt by Raquel. But I do believe that Allie's a good person. and that if he's going to be with anybody, it's her. He should be with her. How's he doing? Sorry, guys. So yeah. So we have that scene, and then Katie comes to pick up the dogs at Schwartz's. She was picking up both of them, I thought, but did she take both of them? She picked up Gordon and Gordo and the other one, but I like the fact that she completely shuts him down because he, the way he acts, it's like he acts like she is supposed to just forget about the kiss with Raquel. Now, like I keep saying before, I don't really agree with her telling him what to do, but I mean, the fact that he wanted to be friends, and she said, well, we're friends, this is the rule. They came up with that together, and we know now that he was doing it basically as not, I think he's a decoy, and I think everybody was well aware of every situation, of the entire situation. I now believe that Schwartz he definitely knew about the one night stand. We know that he did, but I definitely think that he knew that he also admitted he knew they were having an emotional affair, then tried to say it wasn't a linear thing. So when he kissed her, it was to get back at Katie, and it was disgusting because he knows that his friend's sleeping with her. And I don't know what kind of freaky deaky shit they got going on. But, she has every right to be, dismissive to him. She is right, though. She was doing her dirty deeds without, not in front of his face. But, because, listen, if she would have hooked up with somebody in the friend group, we would have been getting on her. We would have been getting on her. You know what I'm saying? As much as I think she's a bully and maybe they just grew apart and they just despised each other and had resentment towards each other. They definitely loved each other. So I understand where, it's not like she wanted to divorce her husband. I just think she had to divorce her husband for her mental health. And same thing for him. He says the healthiest decision he could have made. So, but I also don't understand how he keeps calling Tom and wanting to get, he's going to complain that, because he doesn't pick up the phone as soon as she leaves. He picks up the phone and he's crying to Tom about it. And it's like, and Tom's like, well, dude, you got broken up with, and you're in Mexico. He didn't get broken up with. They were basically married. Well, no, they were married. She's left him. She left her husband. It's a marriage, Tom. You didn't just get broken up with. You know what I mean? And again, I guess Tom's just trying to back up Schwartz because he knows he's going to need his backup soon. So who knows? Listen, guys, I'm questioning a lot of shit with Tom Sandoval now. Like I said, I was so taken back by the Scandoval to begin with that I couldn't understand that the same Tom Sandoval that I've been watching on the show for 13, whatever, how many years, 10 seasons, 13, whatever it is, it would be the same Tom to do all these things that we were hearing that he was doing, and so brazen and bold. But now that I'm watching, dude, I said this on my Jersey recap when I got in a little bit of Vanderpump. Dude is not right. He's obviously now. I didn't want to say this at first, but because it doesn't want to. I have to watch with myself. I don't want to project my past onto somebody or my drug addiction that I had on somebody. But my man, I truly believe that he definitely was doing. It was a white party of a different kind. Not saying that just Tom Sandoval has this big white problem, but dude. It's all hours of the day. It wasn't just the white party for Tom. He is so freaking intense and sweaty and just veins popping out and just yelling and just about everything. He doesn't talk, he yells. He's yelling at Lisa's house. It's he first got there where he was calm. Then dude lost it. And he's just, and it would make sense because now I'm just alleging this is only my opinion. I'm not really, I think that maybe Tom got really stressed out last year and, because I know on that kind of drug that if you do that for a while, maybe he's a weekend warrior, partied here and there. And then, he's doing his band and he's before he's out of us every night. And then he's doing us every night. And, dude did shit on camera, he did trip on camera, but it also puts you in some type of psychosis where you start to believe that the lies that you're telling yourself, you become extremely delusional and you excuse all of your behaviors and you're just in fuck it mode. And that's what he seems like he's in. He's in fuck it mode. He goes from saying that they have to open, God darn it, no matter what, his mom's $250 million, this life savings, they have to open, and it doesn't matter what it takes, to go. He in the same sentence goes, or we hear that he has to go to band practice and not get his nails done because God forbid he runs around LA with chipped nails. But God forbid you don't open your thing, Tom, you're going to lose it. So, getting the menu in so you can open or getting your nails done, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even weigh out. It's not even. It's like not even. There's not even a question, dude. And also, I'll get to that when I get to that scene. But, okay, so Charlie and Raquel, so that's another scene. Charlie and Raquel, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know this whole picture thing. Is she getting on? I don't know, whatever she's on. But she's sitting she's with Charlie. Charlie's taking pictures of her. I don't know if she's doing it for a website or something. If she's an influencer, I don't know what Raquel is. But I do agree with Charlie, though, because when she invites Raquel to brunch, and she says that, she was invited to brunch, and she said that the girls were bashing her. And that she doesn't want to be Debbie Desperado because Schwartz isn't that into her. And Charlie's like, well, Charlie explains to her that, like, Raquel, I wouldn't even do that to my worst enemy. There's a 12-year marriage relationship that you need they're respecting. And I agree with her. She was completely right. And Charlie said the same thing I always say, like, I wouldn't be your friend if I told you what you wanted to hear. And if I didn't tell you my opinion and I think you're doing something wrong, I wouldn't be your friend, And again, people keep saying this, and I love to say this. Like, I don't know if it was Schwartz or not. Somebody said, I'm sorry, it was Howie. Friends protect your integrity, not your secrets. Well, I mean, I definitely protect my friends' secrets. I protect my friends' secrets. But if it's a secret that comes down to their integrity, I'm going to try to protect it. But I'm also going to, protect it and hope that they protect it for themselves. I'm going to have to drill it into them until they protect it themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, like that, like I guess like what Charlie did. That's the definition of what I'm saying. What she just did for her. He's telling her, look, like that's what's going on. I think the girl's 28 years old. She should know that wasn't right. Whether she cares about Katie or not, like she's going to hang out with the same group of friends, like. But then again, when she's thinking about, Marty, who cares about this, because I'm like, what did they find out what I'm really doing? You know what I'm saying? But, and then we get Tom and Tom. This is what I'm saying. This is when it starts to get really intense. And you got Tom at the restaurant, the meetings with Brett, the manager, and they claim that they need to open by the 31st. And like I said, dude is worried about his grubby ass nails before he's worried about getting his menus in. And, this is like maybe the second time I think we've heard them talk about the kitchen guy, the chef or whatever, whoever they had to fire. And so, like, again, I agree with Brett. Like, you hired Brett to do this. Hey, you're not even late. You're not even that late. You're only a couple of minutes. I forgot to, like, post this one. But, oh, my God, my thing's not working. Everything stops working. Hi. There's not that many people here, but I'm glad you're here. There's 3 people here. But thank you. But yeah, talking about Scandoval. Oh my God, Scandoval. So I'm just getting started too, so don't worry. Let me take that down. But yeah, so I'm at the scene with Brett and the Toms. And of course, Tom's like, this is where he says, no, we gotta open. Well, no, he says that but he says it this time too. We gotta open. And he's like telling him to calm down. Tom's telling him to calm down. He's trying to make Brett try to understand that they needed this menu, and they think Brett needs perfectionism, and it's like, no, dude, the dude didn't even know how to make anything. Like, he's like, he didn't make this. Tom says that no one wants perfection. We don't need perfection. We can serve potato chips. This is the same guy who doesn't want to lose all the money, and he says he's going to lose the restaurants are not open by the 31st. This is also the same Tom Sandoval that had no. I mean, he's not the same. He's not the same Tom Sandoval. I can't speak today. He's just not. Like, I said this the other night when I was doing Jersey. Like, but before I get to this, I say, guys, please, if you think I'm projecting, if you don't agree with me, a lot of the comments, people did agree that there's something up with the dude. And I'm just saying that, like, I love Tom Sandoval. I did, and I just definitely think that it's not mental. Well, it's probably mental too, but I feel like he's definitely maybe gotten off track, like big time off track, and on off the rails, if you know what I mean. But they're going to lose the place, he says. But again, they didn't open on the 31st, but they didn't lose the place. So then we have Tom and Ariana and Katie, and the kids are speaking about the Tom and Raquel situation. And Katie feels betrayed by Tom Schwartz. And then, of course, Tom is very defensive for Tom Schwartz. And we have Ariana, trying to mediate a little bit. And we have Katie calling Raquel a whore for the whole thing. And and Tom's like very defensive about her as well. And she says that they're talking. I'm sorry, they're opening up in the restaurant and they're talking about, but they're also talking about the trip, about the wedding. And of course, Katie's extremely still upset about everything, and Tom's sticking up for her and sticking up for the whole situation. He just doesn't want to see it from Katie's perspective or anybody else's perspective besides him and Tom's. And just like Tom Schwartz doesn't want to see it from anybody else's perspective except for him and Sandoval's. And I get it; they're loyal friends to each other, but I just, it's hard to even watch any of this and care of it because that Schwartz and Raquel only hooked up, whether decoy or not, but you did it to her, Katie. Like you said, stick it to the man. That's what she said. And that's what Tom Schwartz said. But, and then again, we have Lisa sees James at, we move on to where, I guess, see you next Tuesday. And Lisa sees James and he says to her, like, what's happening with Raquel? And about Raquel, and he tells Raquel whatever what happened in Mexico. James tells Lisa Vanderpump about the kiss, and she's like, "Oh, are you jealous?" And he's like, "No, I'm not jealous." And then he makes the statement that she's been hooking up with all these people, and it's like, he's just right about it. And he's right. Like, he has the right to be concerned a little bit. Like I said, whether he's over her or not, it is a kind of odd now the path that she's been on. She's Oliver, Peter, Schwartz, and then it's not Schwartz, and then it's like he just broke up with her. And like, yeah, maybe he has this one girlfriend that he met 2 weeks after that, but he didn't run a train through all of SUR. You know what I mean? All of the friend group. He hooked up a long time ago, but anyway. So then we have Tom, and Tom's there. And Raquel's working, of course, and she walks in and she sees Tom, and all of a sudden Tom goes from miserable to happy, and he lusts over her, and it's disgusting. And Lisa obviously notices how happy Sandoval gets when she walks in. She sits down between them, and he decides to tell her that Katie called her a whore, and she decides to have an emotional breakdown. And she said the girls have always drained her, and she says people take what they want. She has to need, or people take what they want from her, and she needs to stay away from them or something, but I don't know. Basically, she's always being picked on, bullied, and I said this whole situation because she made out with somebody, which was Schwartz, that she's being called a whore and blah blah blah, and slut shamed. Man, if they only knew, like. Oh. Anyway, she has a breakdown, and Tom gets up. Oh, Raquel, are you okay? With his hand on her shoulder. And, like, of course, his face is like, he's like, he just looks so sweaty and so, like, veiny. And I'm like, dude, that is not who you are. I mean, I think he shaved the other day, but, like, still, man, these scenes are horrible. Like, he looks crappy. Whack the fuck out. Whack the fuck out. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like I said, projecting. But a lot of people agree with me that something's up, and hopefully he takes care of it soon. He keeps telling Ariana that he's going to go on these, health kicks. He's going to do the healthy thing. And they do rent for it. They say drinking and other things. And I mean, who knows what other things could be? It could be pills. Who knows? I don't know. Dude's on something, but I think it's just very telling. And especially the conversations too. Like, I'm getting to the conversations that he has with Ariana is so odd. He's like gaslighting her. Telling her, like, and then he's telling us all the things that she just comes at me. We'll just be in the car, dude. And she just, like, start coming at me. About what? Like, when? Where were we? I didn't see that happen. And what is she coming at you for? Why? Because you're, like, out every single night letting loose? Really? You're just, like, hooking up with your girlfriend? But, like, dude, I feel so bad for you and Ariana, but I don't know. So then we have another scene. We come to the next scene. This is Lala and Katie. And Lala, I'm sorry, yeah, Lala and Katie talking about Shayna's, Lala's birthday and how Katie's going to bring her new boyfriend named Satchel. And Satchel looks like it looks like he just got groomed at Vanderpump Dogs, but he's a cute guy. Kind of looks like Katie's type. He's got hair that's like a poodle type hair. I don't know. He's cute, but anyway, apparently they have the best eyebrows of a couple that anybody's ever seen. I was like, oh, whatever. I don't know what that meant, but like he's cute. And he's definitely Katie's type. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? She has been keeping her like crap away from everyone. But I don't know. They're talking about the party, and we see them come in, and it's cool. But then we have to go through this whole thing with Tom over at Vanderpump Gardens. Not Vanderpump Gardens, over at Lisa Vanderpump's house. And dude, this is when he like gets so freaking intense, and he's like, I swear bangs are away. He's so intense. It's like this is where I was like, dude, you were on some shit. Because he says, look at Lisa's house. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, right? And her freaking horse died. He's gonna have to lend her condolences, and she's like, you're stressing me out. And dude's like screaming all intense, but it's so sad. Like the horse was only 6 years old, but baby Rose, it was baby Rose, it was so cute. But I was so sad. I cried. I was like, oh my god, because I'm like an empath. So any animal sick and whatever, I cry. Anyway, so of course him and Schwartz are there, and Lisa's like, we got to talk about this. Greg came over. You guys are definitely not open on the 31st. And then you see Tom. He's like, this is when he talks about, come on, man, we just got to open up. And Schwartz is like, yo, dude. He's like, they fired the whole kitchen staff. And it's like, well, the whole kitchen staff didn't know what they were doing, dude. And then we find out they have the shit's not even done anyway. It's not even ready. Like, there's something about the freezer's not ready. Tom's like, I don't care, man. We'll just buy a new one. It's nickel and dime shit. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, holy crap, relax. Lisa's like, come on, you're giving me anxiety. And Schwartz says, Tom, you can huff and puff all you want, but you don't put any action behind it. And I'm starting to see, like, what he was talking about. Like, he took off for 3 months with his band. Of course, they tried to win out with the band so he could hook up with Raquel and have her come out and meet him. Like, he put his life on hold in the middle of opening up a restaurant in a 10-year relationship that he swears he's not happy in, and has an affair, and he's trying to open a whole restaurant and a band. It's like, no wonder, dude. No wonder you're stressed the fuck out. No wonder you're wet and loose. But it's like ruining your life because you just made the huge colossal mistake. Whether like you said, break up with Ariana. You should have broke up with her. You waited a long time. It's been on for 9 months. And whatever's going on with you, dude, fix it. This is definitely not the Tom I'm used to. None of us are. But again, speaking about their future, Ariana is still looking into the future, and I'm a little confused. I knew that she had her eggs fertilized, and I knew that she had her eggs harvested, and she said that she doesn't want to have the kids herself, which I understand, so she can have a surrogate. But she said they're more viable if they're fertilized, so that means they'd be fertilized with Tom stuff. So she's still thinking that they're not going to be breaking up, you know what I mean? And she said whether I use them or not, I don't know. And so if they're fertilized, then they're Tom's and hers, right? So, I don't know. I guess if she ever does want to have kids, right? But it's like, the way he's acting, it's like, he's like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know why she wants to fertilize them. She doesn't know if she wants to have kids with me or not. I guess when she decides. It's like, no, you decide together, you dick. Like, and thank God she didn't decide, because look what you were doing. The first time in trouble, you're out cheating, acting like you're in a relationship that's just boyfriend girlfriend, not like a marriage type situation. But anyway, like, and he's like, oh, she treats me like an idiot. You're treating me like I'm some kind of idiot. And you can tell she's half like laughing because I think she's so taken back. She doesn't even understand that he's like he's really like being a fucking bitch, like a little baby. And it's like, dude, I thought you guys were like couples therapy. Like, did you guys not talk about this in couples therapy? Because he's like, I feel like, I don't know, dude. Like, we're just like driving in a car. And she just like starts coming at me in the confessional. And then he says to her, he's like, I think you feel like I'm an idiot or something. And she's like, it's like, since when did you ever like think that? Like, he's obviously trying to make up and set it up for his future, set everything up at Raquel so he can go back and say, I told you I was feeling this way. I told you this and I told you that. Now, you only start feeling that way when you started getting a little bit of the sauce, the Rachel Raquel sauce. That's when you started feeling that way, my friend. So So now I can see what Ariana probably was like when they said she was coming all back at the reunion. She had like comeback after comeback. Now I see what she was probably talking about because he's like so ridiculous. Like, yeah, she does this and she does that. Like, he's never, ever, ever said anything about her, ever like that. So it's like news to us, news to Ariana, you know. And speaking of marriages and whatever, I don't know what everybody thinks about the whole Oliver thing. I feel like that whole scene with Garcelle and Oliver and Lisa, it's a shame that, like, you know, Lisa, I feel like Lisa knew about, I don't know, I feel like the situation that Garcelle was in is just kind of odd because I feel like Oliver probably only was living separate from his wife because he was living in Las Vegas to work. And that's probably why he's in place there. So, I mean, to call it separation it probably wasn't really a separation. I mean, it's a physical separation, but probably so he could work and, you know, be on the show or whatever. And maybe he was just trying to hook up with Raquel for the show. But you could tell Garcelle's like embarrassed. You know, he says he's separated from his wife, but I think he just means physically. And then maybe he did some shit while he was out there. And then that's why they're getting separated. You know what I mean? Like, I think he thought his meal ticket would be Raquel. And, you know, I think Lisa's probably going to do a show, like a Vanderpump show for Perry, whatever. But, you know, he does meet up with Raquel and admits to having a rendezvous with his wife. And it's like, dude, like, you're not, I don't know, man, like, what his whole situation is, but he wanted something to do with the show, and he's basically, like, his shot. He shot a shot, it sucked. His wife was like, hell no, whatever, separated or not. Plus, she know the whole Scandoval of it all. So, maybe we'll have some more of him, Oliver, in another episode, or I don't know, maybe we'll do a party, whatever, who knows. But kind of, the whole Scandoval kind of ruined everything else for the rest of the show. So yeah. So then, of course, we have, I'm getting bored of this. We have Raquel that Shannon's and Brock's, and she says she comes across the article about Oliver with his wife and blah, 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 blah. And again, she calls Oliver. I feel like she calls his wife. I don't feel like going through this stupid part. This is so ridiculous because her confessionals are so ridiculous. And I feel so bad for the wife and blah, 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 blah. You feel bad for the wife and yourself, you say, like, you didn't feel bad for Ariana though, right? You know what I mean? Like, you don't feel bad for Ariana, but you feel bad for the wife. And you didn't even supposedly have an affair with this guy. You seriously just kissed him. You know what I mean? So you're just a shit talker in your confessional with Rachel Raquel. So your whole conversation with Samantha, Oliver's wife, is just irrelevant. So I'm going to skip over through that. And you know, I know what Sheena's doing. She told her to still go on the date because I got to close that part of the show up. You know, close up that fake ass storyline. Meet up with them, have that conversation with them at dinner, and then leave. And that's what she does. And then she rushes right over to where Scandoval happens, or Scandoval is. But it is what it is. But again, here we go. Then we have the night of Lala's birthday. And we have Katie's boyfriend, Satchel. And she says his names after something, and I don't even know what that means. I don't know what he's named after. Satchel, Peach, or some shit. Anybody know who that is? Anybody want to help me out with that? I don't know who that is. There's not anybody here anyway. It is the middle of the day on a Monday, so I literally gave up. I had to schedule 3 times, and I was like, I have to do it today. And I you know, if nobody shows up, that's on me. But anyway. But yeah, we have Lala's birthday, of course, which is awesome, and I love that that she has everybody there, and then when Raquel walks in, as much as like Lala's, she's like, "Hey, mistress, hey, mistress." It's like Raquel handled herself. If it was all true, I would say Raquel handled herself pretty well, but we know it was all crock of shit. And it was just like, it just sucked because it would have been a good conversation. And it would have been a good ending to the show if they would have just made peace. If you know, all the other shit didn't happen. But anyway, she pulls Lala aside, apologizes for calling her mistress, explains that she got manipulated by Oliver, and she didn't realize how guys could be so manipulative, and this is a learning experience. And she's so sorry. Blah 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 blah. And you're like, oh, so fake. Why is this irrelevant? Why are we even watching this? No, because we have to. And like I said, if anything, for the cringe moments, for all the stupid confessionals that this chick is just blew smoke up our asses. And again, what were you thinking? What were you thinking in those confessionals? Did you think that you weren't going to get caught and that you would just reveal it and it would just look like you guys eased into things? Or like, what were you thinking when you were like playing yourself out, or trying to play us out, but then playing yourself out? It's so weird. But I'm going to skip over to her and the dinner with Oliver. It's stupid. Let's close up that situation. Whatever. We know what happens. Blah, blah, blah. He admits to what he's doing. And she comes and she says hello, blah, blah, blah. And everybody pulls Lala aside while Tom and everybody's there. And of course you see that that's when we see the lightning bolt necklaces. He's wearing his lightning bolt necklace. And Katie brings up the Sandoval. Oh, yeah, you like Raquel too. Brings up the whole thing at the Abbey. And he says, girl, of course he snaps at her. What the fuck are you talking about? His dick self. It's like, back on the shit again. Put that plate down, my friend. Or put that bill down, my friend. I rolled up the dollar, like, put it down. He's like yelling at everybody, but he's just sticking up for Raquel, though. He yells at everybody but Raquel. You know, he's telling Ariana that she does all these things to him, and he's telling everybody else that she does all this thick shit to him. They haven't had sex. And, you know, he just yells at her for no reason. It's like, well, look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Come on, Tom. I'd be yelling at you, too. If my husband looked like a sweaty mess all of a sudden and was like screwing up his job and like just started to be this like weirdo freak like you with all these veins popping out, like, come on, I would be, it would just, yeah. Fix your face. Fix yourself, my friend. That's a disheveled drug addict, you know what I mean? Allegedly, my opinion, if you wanted to, like, you know, Jennifer is considered a disheveled drug addict now. Tom Sandoval looks like a disheveled drug addict. As good as Schwartz, but I don't think Schwartz is doing the white party stuff. But, yeah, so you saw the conversation. And that's where it ends. Is her leaving the party with Lala's party. They hug, whatever. And then, you know all the conversations are happening. We have all the conversations about what's going on with them. People are just starting to suspect things, which I'm like, see, it wasn't a complete shock to everyone. They were brazen about it. And, you know, Schwartz was like, you know, I'm under the impression it was an open secret. Look, kind of, it wasn't an open secret. People were questioning it, but then people were thinking to themselves, nah. But, I mean, like, now that they know, it's like, yeah, kind of, you know, it's not, I know that it wasn't Schwartz's job to tell him Sandoval. So I don't know how else, you know, I mean, how else could he have handled it? He could have not went on double dates with them. He could have not co-signed it. He could just keep his mouth shut. But, you know, it only took me a half hour to get through this, and there's hardly anybody here, so I'm not going to go a whole hour. But like I said, I had to get it out of the way. Not that I don't want to talk about it, but it was like 80 degrees the days that I had these scheduled, and I'm like, it was going to be cooler today. And you guys know, well, if you don't know, I'm like big into my yard and my garden, and I just started. I have a contractor doing a fence and like actually redoing the backyard. So I had some cleanups to do. I had much shit to do anyway, so I'd rather do it and start my garden the days. So I canceled it, and then I was like, today came. I was like, man, I don't feel like doing it today either. Not that I don't feel like it. I just some of these days. And then me and Housewife Historian still have to record our episode for Hey Lauren. Our episode for Housewives and Headlines. Probably going to record it today. You'll probably have to get 2 episodes this week. Thursday is the Philly show with Zach. No Filter with Zach Peter. No Filter Night Out with the Rob Brothers podcast. And of course, as soon as I start closing up the stupid live, everybody starts showing up. But yeah. So I'll be at City Winery in Philly on Thursday night with my sister-in-law, my friends. We're going. And Zach will be there. No Filter Zach Peter will be there. This is the second year in a row. Did it last year, but it was in New York. I was supposed to be in New York last week, but we're not going to talk about that. But same thing, City Winery. I'm excited. I can't wait. And it's going to be nice out. I can't wait to see that. So, and everybody else that shows up. So if you guys live in the area, and yes, I know, I need to start traveling. Now, he also has a show for his 30 birthday in LA a month after that. And you guys don't realize that. I'm really not. I appear to be an adult, but I'm not. I'm like just a small child trapped in, like, I look like a small child too. I appear to be an adult, but I'm really not. I can't travel by myself. I'm like, oh, where's my parents? Where's my mom and dad? I don't know how to get a plane ticket. I don't know how to do all that shit. I don't want to fly. But I got to get to LA because I don't want to miss it. And, because of what happened in New York, and I convinced myself the Uber driver was planning to murder me. I don't know how I plan on getting on the plane. We'll figure it out. Hello, everybody. But yeah, that was Vanderpump. The episode. I haven't really checked social media. I don't know if any Scandoval, what the latest is. I'm sure a bunch of horse shit, if anything. But probably this week, I'll probably do a supersized episode. Get everything caught up. And then I'm going to get ready for the reunion. I don't know. I might be getting ahead of myself, but so we don't have Ultimate Girls Trip this week, so I'm short alive. But like I said, I have that thing on Thursday, so that worked out anyway. And yeah, I'm gonna go because I think we have to record an episode for Housewives and Headlines before it gets any later. Yes, I say later because I get up at 4:00. So it does. By this time, I've been up way later than everybody else has, longer than anybody else has, and I go to bed pretty early. So, yeah. This was like a last minute thing. I forgot to schedule it so nobody knew it was going to be on. So I see all the replays. So everybody please like, comment, subscribe. And I will talk to you soon. I'll be back soon this week. I just realized something too. I forgot to do something yesterday. Oh, I suck. All right, guys. I love y'all. And I will talk to you soon. So like, comment, subscribe, all that crap. And hello, Twitter. I see you guys. Facebook, all that. And sorry, this is a short one, guys. I'll talk to you later.